Hey everybody, so we are getting very close to the Oscars. I believe we've already done 12 out of 24 categories. At this rate, maybe there's a chance I can actually get these all done and focus on pre-production for the short film. Oh god, this is gonna be crazy. I need you all to wish me luck, okay? Because we're getting closer and closer to starting filming, and we are not ready. Oh man. But let's try and forget about all that for a moment by talking about best costume design. So, costumes. They're in movies. You can't have much of a prelude than that. Actually, I always believe that costumes are a vital aspect of the filmmaking process because without costumes, every movie would be a porno. And now get that image out of your head, let's talk about the nominees. Fifth most likely to win is The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. So, this movie is a Western, and Westerns occasionally get nominated, but they almost never win. I cannot remember the last time a Western won the award for costume design. And it's like there's just enough showy costume pieces that you can show off a little bit, but very rarely do they go all the way with it. Even something like True Grit, which had some great costumes and was nominated. I, I don't know. I think there's a lot of great westerns out there, and they always have good costumes. But I, I, I don't know. Something about the genre is always solid to be nominated, but never to win. And so the costumes in this movie look all right, definitely, but I just can't envision this winning, especially against some of these other competitions, some of these other nominees. Again, very good costumes, but the genre makes it feel like an unlikely winner. Fourth most likely to win is Mary Queen of Scots. So this is not impossible. This could 100% win the category. Because sometimes they like to give it to period pieces about British royalty, even if said film is not a Best Picture nominee or even not a terribly well-liked movie. I mean, The Young Victoria won, Elizabeth II, The Golden Age won, The Duchess won. Like, the movie doesn't technically have to be good to win costume design. And a lot of people do like Mary Queen of Scots, but it's not as well liked as some of the other movies. But it still could happen. I just feel like it hasn't won any of the guilds, which makes me concerned. But this is honestly, best costume design is a pretty tight category this year, so anything feels possible. I would not be super shocked if this happened. I would not be super shocked if any of the nominees won outside of Buster Scruggs, to be honest. It's definitely very good costume work, and it's clearly deserving of the nomination. But I don't know. I think there's other movies that stand a better chance here. Third most likely to win is Black Panther. So this would be a bit of an odd choice because it's not the type of thing they usually award in this category, but sometimes the Academy likes to do that. They did it with Mad Max Fury Road, and the costume design in this film is certainly very good. It's probably the most unique costume design of the bunch, so I could see a world where this wins, but I don't know. I feel like they like to go with like the big dresses and like the Elizabethan stuff. I don't. The movie is definitely very well liked, and I feel that people will want to give it a win somewhere, but I just don't think it's going to be here. I and again, it could win. A lot of these feel like they could be winners, but Black Panther hasn't won. It's won a little bit, but I I don't have a whole lot to say, to be honest, about these. I feel like I'm just gonna stick with my gut. And Black Panther, to my gut, it just doesn't feel to me like the type of film that wins Best Costume Design, although it could. And if it were legitimately gonna sweep, then maybe we could see it win a bunch of stuff. But I don't really think that's gonna happen. Not this year. And there are two other movies that I think have a better shot at winning. And ironically enough, they're both done by the same person, Sandy Powell. Second most likely to win is Mary Poppins Returns, and one of 2 movies this year done by Sandy Powell. And this one stands a chance because of the work done in recreating the iconic feel of the 1964 movie, in Mary's costumes and in the costumes worn by the other characters, and specifically for the scene where they go into the animated world and they have to have these clothing. The clothing looks like 2D animation. That in itself is really well done, and Sandy could win the Oscar just for that alone. But I feel better about it if the film were a Best Picture nominee and if it had won the Guild Awards or won any other precursors. It really didn't, but I still feel like this could pull off a win because the Mary Poppins look is so iconic, and the original movie Mary Poppins lost Best Costume Design, which sounds pretty crazy until you realize it lost to My Fair Lady, which, understandable, very good costume design in that film. And I don't know, I feel that there's a chance that this pulls off an upset victory, because we saw something like this happen with Fantastic Beasts. Sometimes they like to go for the fantasy films, and the costumes are probably more showy in this movie than they are in any of the others. And a lot of times, people confuse Best Costume Design with most costume design, and if you want to go that route, then Mary Poppins could definitely be your winner. But I'm not actually going to predict it. I am going to predict number 1 most likely to win. My predicted winner is The Favorite. So this movie is a British period piece that so happens to be one of the main contenders in Best Picture, and that's probably why it's going to be a winner right there. It also won BAFTA, and it won a Costume Designers Guild Award for period, I believe. And I don't know, it just feels like something that's going to win because The Favorite is such a beloved movie, and if it's not guaranteed a win in a lot of other categories, and they're going to want to give it a win somewhere, either here or production design. But I'm thinking that maybe something else can win production design, and I'm thinking The Favorite is going to stand a real chance here. But a lot of these categories are legitimately difficult to predict this year. It's not an easy Oscars to go through at all. I'm going to stick with my guns on The Favorite because it feels like the winner to me. But I feel like Mary Poppins Returns, Mary Queen of Scots, or Black Panther could upset. This one is just, like, roll a 4-sided die or do a wheel decide thing, because you could be... I don't know. I'm stammering a bit here, and I'm sorry, and I'm not going into as much detail on this one as I usually am, but this one, it's just hard to sum up. The Favorite feels like The Favorite in this category because of the recent BAFTA win and because British period piece that's also a major Best Picture frontrunner. Those 2 details added up make it feel like it's going to be the win. Although the costumes in this movie are certainly very good and are showy, they're not the showiest, and that belongs to Mary Poppins. So, I don't know. It's... You can flip a coin between this Mary Poppins or Black Panther. I don't know. Whatever you want to do to predict this category is fine. I'm going to stick with The Favorite. The Favorite feels like the frontrunner to me. But, seriously, you can pick whatever you want. Okay, so that's my prediction. Tune in tomorrow. See you later. Bye.